how do you look at this incident? Is this has all the footprints of a terror attack?
जो ये इकोसिस्टम है वो नहीं खत्म हुआ। क्या मतलब है इस इकोसिस्टम का? ये इकोसिस्टम होता है ओवरग्राउंड वर्कर्स का, और आप देख रहे हैं इसके अंदर भी डॉक्टर्स, इंटेलेक्चुअल्स, उस तरह के लोग जिनके बारे में इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहा है। इसके अलग नेटवर्क होते हैं, आइडियोलॉग्स होते हैं, सेपरेटिस्ट होते हैं, मगर अगर आप इस सिस्टम को न्यूट्रलाइज नहीं कर सके तो ये हर वक्त पोटेंशियल रहता है वापस आने का।
Incident like this will shaken the confidence a bit.
I don't think it should dent our confidence. The manner in which an incident of this kind has been handled by the government of India should actually inspire more confidence in people.
So, sir, what next? Like you said that the ecosystem needs to be neutralized. If what we are suspecting any hand comes, do you think Operation Sindoor is going to be executed again?
I know there's been a lot of talk in the environment of Operation Sindoor 2.0, but I will not hazard any guess at this time.
In case this comes out to be a terror attack, do you think it's a message that we can strike you right in the heart of the city? Is it to create a panic?
Have we seen this in 13 December in 2001? Parliament से और central तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता है दुनिया में. But that also didn't shake our confidence. No.
So, sir, delinking this incident and coming to the ecosystem, which is mainly driven from across the border, from Pakistan, especially its intelligence agency.
The concept that India is following in terms of national security is a very, very important concept, and that is whole of nation approach. जमाना था जबकि एक इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी दूसरे से बात नहीं करती थी। मिलिट्री, एवरीवन वाज सिटिंग इन देयर ओन सिलोज। आज आप देखते हैं मल्टी एजेंसी सेंटर खुला हुआ है, मैक खुला हुआ है।
Our national security policy, as you mentioned, there is a very serious concern in the recent, findings. This massive amount of nitrate, which was yesterday recovered, and involvement of doctors, involvement of intellectuals. Sir, how do you deal with the internal threats here?
See, first of all, I think we should take heart from the fact that all this has got discovered.
Another very serious concern is that we have seen destabilization of governments in our neighborhood. Gen Z is getting impatient in this region. There is also an allegation, I can say, that foreign hand is in that destabilization process. Do you fear anything like this happening here?
I think this question is a very simple one to respond to.
Delhi has seen a terrible attack yesterday. Is it an terror attack, or it's a incident, it's a conspiracy? It's yet to be ascertained. And joining us is Lieutenant General retired Ata Hasnain Saab. आप बताइए सर, how do you look at this incident? This has all the footprints of a terror attack, because we see mangled cars, we have seen some very, very gory visuals of bodies being, laid out there. How do you look at this incident, and what is your understanding, since you have dealt with such situations all your life at various locations? Can you just give us a sense, because दिल्ली ये जानना चाहता है कि ये हुआ क्या है, इसको 10-11 का अटैक का नाम दिया जा रहा है.
Thank you for your question. And may I start by first of all expressing my very deep regrets for the loss of lives of our own people. Any loss of an Indian is always regretful. That we have to start with. Having said that, कल जब मुझे मालूम हुआ कि ये 6:52 पे जब ये हुआ ये इंसिडेंट, और मैं इसको इंसिडेंट ही कहता हूँ क्योंकि अभी तक कोई ऐसी एविडेंस नहीं है और इन्वेस्टिगेशंस जारी हैं, और हमको भी अपने लफ्ज़ थोड़े कंट्रोल में रखने चाहिए टू मेक श्योर दैट वी डू नॉट सॉर्ट ऑफ prejudice this whole investigation in any way. But having said that, it seems to be a revisit to the terrible times of the past when we used to see these incidents happening in Delhi, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, and places like that. I still remember the 1993 blasts in Mumbai. I can recall the Sarojini Nagar incident. I still remember. We've had Akshardham Dham. We've had 11th September or 13th September in 2011 at the Delhi High Court itself. So
I think that was the last big attack in Delhi.
That's the last attack 14 years ago. That's the last attack which happened in Delhi. So मैं तो ये कहता हूँ कि भारत की इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज ने, पुलिस फोर्सेस ने मिलकर, कोऑपरेट करके, कोऑर्डिनेट करके भारत के शहरों को खास तौर पे बहुत सिक्योर रखा है. वी नीड टू थैंक देम फॉर दिस, द मैनर इन विच दे हैव बीन एबल टू गेट आफ्टर द नेटवर्क्स इन पर्टिकुलरली. और मैं ये इस्तेमाल करता हूं इस वर्ड को, नेटवर्क. नेटवर्क इज एन इकोसिस्टम. अगर हम टेररिज्म की तरफ देखें, और मैं नहीं कह रहा हूं कि ये एक्ट टेररिस्ट एक्ट है, मगर अगर हम टेररिज्म की तरफ देखें तो जम्मू कश्मीर का खास इलाका, वहां पर ये लोकलाइज होकर एक प्रॉक्सी वॉर के तौर पर वहां आइसोलेट हुआ है. दैट इज व्हाट आवर एजेंसीज हैव बीन एबल टू डू. ग्लोबल वॉर ऑन टेररिज्म खत्म हो गई है. ग्लोबल टेरर का फुटप्रिंट भी बहुत कम हो गया है, मगर जम्मू कश्मीर से कम नहीं हुआ है. ये जम्मू कश्मीर में स्ट्रेंथ टेररिस्ट की बहुत कम हो गई है. जहां 4500 टेररिस्ट होते थे एक ज़माने में, आज वहां 100 या थोड़े से उससे ज़्यादा हैं. मगर इसके बावजूद जो ये इकोसिस्टम है वो नहीं ख़त्म हुआ. क्या मतलब है इस इकोसिस्टम का? ये इकोसिस्टम होता है ओवरग्राउंड वर्कर्स का, और आप देख रहे हैं इसके अंदर भी डॉक्टर्स, इंटेलेक्चुअल्स, उस तरह के लोग जिनके बारे में इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहा है. तो ओवरग्राउंड वर्कर्स होते हैं जो टेररिस्ट के तौर पे छुपे नहीं हैं, अबव ग्राउंड है, नॉर्मल जिंदगी बिता रहे हैं, मगर साथ में काम कर रहे हैं टेररिस्ट नेटवर्क्स के लिए, साथ में उसके फाइनेंशियल कॉन्ड्यूइट्स. बिना फाइनेंस के कोई टेररिस्ट कैंपेन नहीं चलता है. तो फाइनेंस के पूरे कॉन्ड्यूइट्स होते हैं जिनको एनआईए ने, नेशनल इन्वेस्टिगेटिव एजेंसी ने, उनके पीछे पड़कर फोकस करके मेरे ख्याल में 2017, 18, 19 खास तौर पे बहुत हद तक डाइल्यूट कर दिया. जी हाँ, बहुत कंट्रोल किया है इसको. फिर उसके बाद ड्रग्स और नारकोटिक्स होते हैं. इसी के पैसे से ज़्यादातर चलता है. आप देखते हैं पंजाब के अंदर जैसे हुआ था, जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर भी ड्रग प्रोलिफरेशन जो है वो बहुत हद तक हुआ है. उसके वजह से काम ये सब होता है. फिर रेडिकलाइजेशन, और रेडिकलाइजेशन के पीछे मीडिया भी कभी कभी होती है जो एंटी नेशनल मीडिया होता है, और फिर इसके अलग नेटवर्क होते हैं, आइडियोलॉग्स होते हैं, सेपरेटिस्ट होते हैं. तो आप देख रहे हैं कि इतनी चीज़ों के बारे में मैंने आपसे बात की, ये सब मिलाकर एक इकोसिस्टम बनता है. और आप टेररिस्ट स्ट्रेंथ तो कम कर दीजिए, आप 100 से कम ले आइए, 50 से कम ले आइए, मगर अगर आप इस सिस्टम को न्यूट्रलाइज नहीं कर सके तो ये हर वक्त पोटेंशियल रहता है वापस आने का. और वही हम शायद देख रहे हैं कि कोशिश हो रही है कि दुनिया देख रही है. विकसित भारत, हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री कहते हैं विकसित भारत 2047 की तरफ देख रहे हैं हम. पूरा देश देख रहा है कि पैसे $5 ट्रिलियन इकॉनमी बनेंगे हम, $10 ट्रिलियन. हमारे एस्पिरेशन है कि 15 से $20 ट्रिलियन इकॉनमी हम बनेंगे. दुनिया जब देख रही है भारत की तरफ, मे बी पीपल आर नॉट वेरी कंफर्टेबल अबाउट दिस, एंड अ लॉट ऑफ एडवर्सरीज विल वांट इंडियाज प्रोग्रेस टू गेट स्टाइमीड. इसको डाइल्यूट किया जाए. कैसे करें? एक ऐसा वातावरण, एक ऐसा एनवायरनमेंट बनाएं जिसमें इनसिक्योरिटी हो, और वो इनसिक्योरिटी की वजह से इन्वेस्टमेंट्स ना आए, ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टमेंट्स ना आए, ग्लोबल इंडस्ट्री ना आए, टेक्नोलॉजीज ना आए सामने. ये उनका मुद्दा होता है, और ये एक तरीका होता है. तो मैं समझता हूं कि अगर जो हम स्पेकुलेट कर रहे हैं इस वक्त वो है अगर इस इंसिडेंट में, तो दिस मे बी द बिगिनिंग ऑफ एन अटेम्प्ट टू ट्राई एंड डू दिस काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग. जरूरी नहीं कि वो सक्सीड करेंगे. आप देख सकते हैं कि प्रीसीडिंग दिस इंसिडेंट एक पूरा नेटवर्क जो है वो बस्ट हो चुका था फरीदाबाद के अंदर, और अनंतनाग से लेकर फरीदाबाद तक इसका पूरा नेटवर्क जो जाल पुलवामा से बिल्कुल एब्सोल्युटली लिंक टू पुलवामा. ठीक है, तो पूरा पहलगाम से मैं समझता हूं कि पहलगाम एंड ऑल दीज आर नेटवर्क्ड कंप्लीटली टुगेदर. तो ये सब फैले हुए थे. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू बी कंसर्न्ड अबाउट, and we have to dilute this.
Sir, in your opening remarks, you said that our intelligence agencies and our forces have kept our regions quite secure, especially the urban towns. But incidents like this will shaken the confidence a bit.
देखिए जो हमने देखा है early part of the millennium, वो तो लगातार 10 साल तक तो the rapidity at with which these incidents used to take place was something which was used to dent our confidence completely. अभी तो एक इस तरह का इंसिडेंट है और वो भी कंफर्म नहीं हुआ है कि क्या एग्जैक्टली है ये. हालांकि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा भी है कि नो द कॉन्स्पिरेसी और कॉन्स्पिरेटर्स विल नॉट बी स्पेयर्ड, बट अल्टीमेटली वी आर वेटिंग फॉर एविडेंस टू सी व्हाट हैज हैपेंड. एंड आई थिंक एज अ मैच्योर नेशन विच इज व्हाट वी आर, हमारी लीडरशिप देखिए आप, लीडरशिप ने डिस्प्ले किया है, अपनी मैच्योरिटी डिस्प्ले की है by not pointing any fingers anywhere until the evidence is absolutely in front of us. तो मैं समझता हूं कि I don't think it should dent our confidence. The manner in which an incident of this kind has been handled by the government of India should actually inspire more confidence in people. कि देखिए कल इस तरह का हुआ तो हम इसको हैंडल कर सकते हैं, मिनिमाइज कर सकते हैं, ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं अपने आप के लिए. And we will not allow that kind of situation to come जैसे 90s और early part of the millennium में हुआ था.
So, sir, what next? Like you said that the ecosystem needs to be neutralized. Operation Sindoor happened. We saw that it was a response to a terrible attack in Pahalgaon. And our government stated position is that Operation Sindoor is continuing. So, if what we are suspecting any hand comes, do you think Operation Sindoor is going to be executed again?
I know there's been a lot of talk in the environment of Operation Sindoor 2.0, but I will not hazard any guess at this time. We have, as I said, a mature leadership which will decide what is best in national interest, and they will do that. I am very, very confident of it. 22 अप्रैल को जब हुआ था और उसके बाद जो भी वाक़ये हुए, it is the government of India under the senior leadership which took all its decisions and we stood by them completely. That's exactly the kind of thing which I will back completely. But having said that, I would say what we need is perhaps greater investment in technologies, much more. आजकल AI के ऊपर तो खास तौर पे बहुत investigations के ऊपर, predictive AI, हाँ, that's a predictive analysis and AI जो है, data management जो है, these are the kind of things which are going to be the in aspect of handling criminals and criminal issues and things of this nature. साथ में I think citizen vigilance is a very important thing. It is not कि इंडिया में नहीं है citizen vigilance.
But it
अब
needs to
आपने
be
कल के
upgraded.
इंसिडेंट में भी देखा आपने, the way people came
Oh,
forward.
civilians came forward to help immediately.
Help.
They were the first line of.
Absolutely, 50 एम्बुलेंस पहुंच गई वहां पर without any kind of this thing. The manner in which the police responded.
And
The
NSG,
Honorable Home
forensic.
Minister of India was there within a few hours visiting the spot itself. So I think that inspires a lot of confidence among us that we are very, very capable of handling.
But in case this comes out to be a terror attack, do you think it's a message that we can strike you right in the heart of the city? Is it to create a panic?
We have seen this before. We've seen this in 13 December in 2001. Parliament से और central तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता है दुनिया में. But that also didn't shake our confidence. No. And you saw we had Operation Parakram. Maybe Parakram did not end in a major operation or major military operations as such. But we took all the necessary precautions which were to be taken. And I think after 26/11 particularly, coming of the NIA, the issue of going in against the ecosystem. अब ये ecosystem के पीछे पड़ना जो है, it has to be almost a continued kind of a thing which has to take place. You cannot rest on your laurels and say that कि आज हमने इसको neutralize कर दिया और अब ये perpetuity के लिए खत्म हो गया है. That will not happen. This has to be a continuous thing because as you are saying, मैं समझता हूँ diplomatically the government of India has taken a wonderful decision to go to the Taliban. अफगान तालिबान के साथ हमने अपना रिलेशनशिप बनाई है. A lot of people were critical about this.
Enemies.
हाँ, I was very supportive of the government of India कि भाई आपने बिल्कुल सही चीज़ की है इसके लिए.
So, sir, delinking this incident and coming to the ecosystem, which is mainly driven from across the border from Pakistan, especially its intelligence agency. So, sir, we are hearing this from decades now that it is still there and they are still. We have seen them also, graduating and growing They are also getting sophisticated, and they're getting support from, unfortunate support from Saudi Arabia, from United States now, diplomatically I'm saying. So what will be our trajectory now, and what should be our course of action to destroy this ecosystem?
देखिए, first of all, I will not confirm that the allegations
dealing.
of who is involved and who has done anything. I will not confirm it at this stage at all. But coming to the larger question of how to deal with the ecosystem as such, as I told you, at the moment, the concept that India is following in terms of national security is a very, very important concept, and that is whole of nation approach. पहले आप देखते थे कि कुछ होता था बॉर्डर पे तो सिर्फ आर्मी, अच्छा थोड़े दिनों के बाद उसके बाद थोड़ी पुलिस फोर्सेस भी उसमें जुड़ गई, कश्मीर में हुआ तो सीआरपीएफ जुड़ गई, बीएसएफ जुड़ गई, तब भी आर्मी लीड में थी. अब हम देख रहे हैं क्वाइट अ डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट. वी आर हैविंग अ इंटीग्रेटेड होल ऑफ नेशन अप्रोच. मुझे याद है इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज, एंड आई हैव डेल्ट विद इंटेलिजेंस ऑल माई लाइफ. जमाना था जबकि एक इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी दूसरे से बात नहीं करती थी. Everyone was sitting in their own silos. आज आप देखते हैं मल्टी एजेंसी सेंटर खुला हुआ है, मैक खुला हुआ है, स्टेट मैक खुला हुआ है. 6 बजे शाम को जो मीटिंग होती हैं, सब एक दूसरे के साथ इंटरेक्ट करके अपना फ्यूज़ करते हैं इंटेलिजेंस को, इंफॉर्मेशन को. मेरी एक प्रैक्टिस थी एज द कोर कमांडर इन कश्मीर कि 6 बजे शाम को अगर जो मुझे मालूम है, वो अगर 8 बजे जवान को जो जिसको एक्ट करना है उसको नहीं मालूम, तो आई वुड क्वेश्चन द एंटायर सिस्टम. मतलब 2 घंटे के अंदर यू हैव इनफ टाइम टू बी एबल टू डिसेमिनेट दैट इंफॉर्मेशन. सो जरूरी है कि इंटेलिजेंस को लीजिए, सिंथेसाइज करिए, देखिए उसका क्या, उसके अंदर से क्या आउटकम है, एंड पास इट ऑन to the right people to execute. This is very, very important. The whole aspect of communication of intelligence and early warning in this system. So I think time पर ये होता है कि जब incidents नहीं होते हैं काफ़ी दिनों तक, I'm not calling it complacency. That's a very, very negative word, complacency. मैं कहता हूँ कि what happens is that your systems don't remain as sharp as they need to be. Then something happens, or if you get someone who comes and gingers up the whole system again, उसके साथ जो है आप दोबारा रिव्यू करते हैं पूरा, तो वो अब वही चीज़ इस वक्त होने वाली है और हो रही है मेरे.
As a former Home Minister said that they have to be lucky only once, and we have to be lucky every time.
Absolutely.
So, sir, we have seen a very radical approach from across the border also, especially the new army chief there. Not the new army chief, but their army chief who is now even elevated after the loss of...
and he's become even stronger in the last 3 days.
Yes. So, how will you deal with him?
No, it's not a question of dealing with one personality. We have dealt with many personalities of Pakistan. Asim Munir is maybe not even a drop in the ocean as far as what Ziaul Haq was. After all, whatever you have seen in Jammu and Kashmir today, or what you saw in Punjab, which has happened there, was all the brainchild of Jan Zia of that time. This whole issue of radicalization of society in Pakistan.
But many see him as a reincarnation
everything.
Zia.
Asim Munir is not such a thinking general. Zia had a mind, a very devious mind. Of course, he also has a devious mind, but not as devious as Ziaul Haq. And I don't give him that credibility of being highly competent and proficient professionally. He doesn't carry that aura within the Pakistan army itself. And I can assure you, what I hear from a lot of people is that he's not a very popular leader in Pakistan itself. So we can never say how long would Asim Munir himself last, right? The Pakistan army is a divided house. I can assure you, it's not like India where you have a democracy and functioning democracy of this kind. Pakistan, you're seeing the amendment to the constitution, the 27th amendment, which has taken place at the moment, giving greater powers to the chief of the army. He's about to become the chief of the defense staff of the Pakistan armed forces as such. So while Munir may keep taking more and more powers unto himself, he has to be able to display the ability to lead and take the entire nation with him. You're seeing what is the internal situation in Pakistan at the moment.
Balochistan,
Balochistan,
Frontier Province, everyone is.
Tehreek-e-Taliban on one side,
And now another front is open from Afghanistan.
Afghanistan again, one for
And
Durand
Afghanistan
line.
is giving a tough fight to them.
Absolutely, Durand line. You can't fight the Afghans so easily like this. No one has defeated the Afghans as we know it, right? And then what about the state of the economy of Pakistan? So I think all these
But
things
they are
have to be
selling
taken
rare
into
earth. They are
consideration.
selling rare earth to America. What about?
No, these are episodal things which will keep happening. You will sell rare earth one day. You will sell. Maybe you may find petroleum one day and say even sell petroleum to America. But I don't think from an angle of comprehensive national power, I don't think Pakistan can ever compare to India.
So, sir, coming to the last leg of my questions, with our national security policy, as you mentioned, there is a very serious concern in the recent, findings. This huge amount of, massive amount of nitrate, which was yesterday recovered, and involvement of doctors, involvement of intellectuals. Sir, how do you deal with the internal threats here?
See, first of all, I think we should take heart from the fact that all this has got discovered. And usually what happens in our country is that when the intelligence agencies unearth these kind of things which are a part of the ecosystem, you will find the story coming out on the 3rd page or the 5th page or the 7th page. But when a blast happens, obviously you're going to find it on the 1st page. Right. So human memory is limited to what they see normally on the headlines and the 1st page, right? I think what has happened already and what the intelligence agencies have been able to do over the years is something we need to take note of and be inspired by it. This latest discovery itself, for 15 days they were conducting this whole operation. And this probably will carry on for a fairly long time subsequently also. While they may be going public about one operation and talking about it, I am quite assured that at the same time there must be 10 such operations going on from the intelligence agencies, which we do not know about. So when you are not aware of the system, when people are not aware of the system, obviously they won't know about it. And intelligence is such a field where you cannot go public. You have to keep things under wraps. Only at the appropriate time that you reveal it. So people like us who have dealt with national security and this kind of a thing, I think we should speak more often as we are speaking just now and convey this message to the people in the rest of the country to say that I think the country is in safe hands and whatever you're seeing at this time is a manifestation of issues which will continue. We are not saying this is going to come to an end overnight, but I think all this will be managed well.
But we have better security.
We have much better security.
So there is more symphony now, you say.
Absolutely,
because you have seen so many eras.
Yes.
And you talked about the integration.
Yes.
Even now state police.
Absolutely. The whole of nation approach, as I said, WONA as you call it, the whole of nation approach. In that, it's not just the police forces, armed forces, etc. It is the scientific community. It is the youth. It is academia. It is people who are involved with communications. All kinds of people from different ministries, different organizations who are coming together. Everywhere in the country, these programs are going on at the moment called civil military fusion or winning or this whole of nation approach. Yesterday, I was attending such a program in Jaipur itself, right? So I take a lot of heart from it.
Sir, last question. Another very serious concern is that we have seen destabilization of governments in our neighborhood. Gen Z is getting impatient in this region. And there is also a allegation, I can say, that foreign hand is in that destabilization process. Do you fear anything like this happening here? Because we also see some kind of a political, unrest or some kind of issues which are being blown up. How do you see that, sir?
I think this question is a very simple one to respond to. From a simple angle, which is the nation in the world which has got 6.8% growth in the world today? This is the only nation. I mean, and with the youth demographic dividend that we have today, 65% of India is less than 35 years old. I agree that one of the very important things is you have to empower your youth. And this is our aspiration at all times. But to have a growing economy, 6.8% growth, few years ago we were 3 trillion. We are already at 4.5 trillion. We will be in a couple of years, we'll be at 5 trillion. We are looking to be 10 trillion. I know China has lifted 750 million people out of poverty. We have also lifted 350 million people out of poverty. And I'm sure that we are going to do much more as we go along. So when you look at the neighborhood and you compare it to the size of the economies, the aspirations of the people, it is the same people to whom we have given $4 billion to Sri Lanka when they were absolutely down and out, right? We are the ones who are providing a tremendous amount of aid to Nepal. And so I'm always very confident about our country. And therefore, whatever aspirations we are looking for, I think are very much achievable. And hopefully, we will be there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for talking us and giving this perspective on this entire issue.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.